A proclamation. Whereas the City of San Marcos recognizes that an understanding, use, and application of geospatial technology is crucial to operating its infrastructure, sustaining its natural resources, planning for the future of its community, and stimulating economic growth, thus benefiting the welfare of the general public throughout the city. And whereas the management, use, and exchange of geographic information is essential for effective decision-making, and whereas geographic information systems, also known as GIS, technologies are a powerful tool for supporting emergency services, homeland security, economic development, environmental protection, healthcare, long-range planning, community engagement, and much more. And whereas there is a need to promote GIS awareness, education, and technical training among various groups in our community to appropriately and effectively use this rapidly developing technology. And whereas the City of San Marcos GIS Work Group coordinates efforts to eliminate duplication, reduce costs, develop standards, and facilitate the sharing and interchange of GIS data, methods, and knowledge. Now, therefore, I, Jane Hewson, by virtue of the authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of San Marcos, Texas, do hereby proclaim the 5th day of November, 2025, as Geographic Information Systems Day, and do hereby call upon all persons of San Marcos to learn about and appreciate the wealth of vital information that can be obtained using GIS technology. Thank you for what you do, because it is incredibly important and valuable to our city. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Houston. On behalf of the work group, the GIS work group that is, we are deeply honored to accept this proclamation. GIS Day is a global event that celebrates the power of location-based data and the systems that support decision makers worldwide in making well-informed choices. The GIS work group is proud to use our platform to recognize an outstanding colleague for their dedication to GIS technology, adoption, and advocacy. This individual showed incredible initiative by taking the leap and successfully adopting GIS use without any prior experience in the technology. They didn't stop there. They immediately became a champion for the technology, actively advocating for its use and sharing the power of GIS, apps, maps, and dashboards with their colleagues, and speaking to its undeniable usefulness. Most significantly, this individual's effort has been instrumental in empowering our field staff and ensuring they have both the critical access and the ability to leverage GIS for essential data collection efforts. It is with great pleasure that we present the 2nd Annual GIS Ambassador Award to a City of San Marcos employee whose dedication, innovation, and advocacy have significantly advanced the use of GIS throughout the organization. Eddie Dry, Streets Division Manager for Public Works. We offer accolades to Eddie for his invaluable contributions and steadfast commitment to ensuring that GIS serves our community by delivering accurate and accessible data, especially in regard to the city's 5-year sidewalk and road maintenance planning efforts. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. And as we celebrate this year's GIS Ambassador Award recipient, it's essential that we acknowledge the exceptional nominees whose dedication, creativity, and passion for GIS have also left a significant mark on our organization. Each of these individuals embodies the spirit of innovation and collaboration that this award represents. This year's nominees are Jessica Ramos, Carrie Fontenot, and the Resource Recovery Team as a group nomination. Though this award highlights one individual, it is a reflection of the collective efforts of all nominees who push boundaries, advocate for progress, and inspire others to see the transformative potential of GIS. The GIS Work Group extends our gratitude to all the nominees for their outstanding contributions and unwavering dedication. On this GIS Day, we celebrate not just the awardee, but the entire GIS community whose passion and innovation continue to shape a better future through geospatial insights. And I have a little award for Eddie. There you go, Eddie.
Need someone to hold this. Congratulations and everything he said. We're good. You want an acceptance speech?
No.
Okay. All right, but thank you. Are y'all ready? Okay, a proclamation. Whereas the San Marcos Public Library serves as a cornerstone of our community, providing free and equitable access to information, education, technology, and culture for all residents of San Marcos and Hays County. And whereas the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, through Title 13 of the Texas Administrative Code, has established minimum standards for accreditation of libraries in the state library system to ensure that public libraries across the state maintain excellence in service, governance, and accountability. And whereas to achieve accreditation, a public library must meet rigorous standards, including legal establishment, non-discrimination, sufficient local operating expenditures, qualified professional staff, open access to the public, technology and interlibrary loan participation, and adherence to continuing education and long-range planning requirements. And whereas the San Marcos Public Library has demonstrated compliance with all required standards, including maintaining open hours that meet or exceeds the state's quantitative benchmarks, providing comprehensive library services without charge to all local residents, employing qualified professional librarians, maintaining a robust and current collection, and upholding the principles of inclusion and equitable access. And whereas this accreditation reflects the city's ongoing commitment to literacy, lifelong learning, and community enrichment, and represents the dedication of the library's leadership, staff, volunteers, and supporters who strive each day to make the San Marcos Public Library a place of discovery, connection, and growth. And whereas state accreditation ensures continued eligibility for participation in statewide library resource sharing and grant programs, further expanding the opportunities available to our residents and strengthening the educational and cultural fabric of San Marcos. Now, therefore, I, Jane Hewson, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of San Marcos, Texas, do hereby proclaim the 5th day of November 2025 as San Marcos Public Library Accreditation Day, and do hereby call upon all persons of San Marcos to recognize and commend the San Marcos Public Library for achieving state accreditation for fiscal year 2025 from the Texas State Library and Archives Commission and for its outstanding service to the citizens of our community. And it is outstanding service. Say a few words.
This is something that the library does year-round to achieve accreditation, from providing the services that we offer to keeping the statistics that go into this annual report, and it really takes every member of staff to be able to do it. So this is really for the team, for all the hard work that they did this year compiling it, and for all of our supporters and volunteers who helped make it possible. Thank you.
Thank you. you ready? Okay. A proclamation. Whereas the Congress of the United States established Armistice Day in 1926 as a day to memorialize the cessation of hostilities of World War I, the Great War to end all wars, on the 11th of November 1918. And whereas in 1938, Armistice Day became the legal holiday set aside to honor veterans of World War I, and following World War II, after the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in history, the event was designated as Veterans Day to commemorate American veterans of all wars. And whereas the City of San Marcos will honor veterans through a Month of Service initiative throughout November, which encourages citizens to honor and celebrate veterans by decorating homes and businesses, submitting photos and stories about their veterans, writing letters to veterans and veteran retirement homes, making donations to the Hays County Food Bank, and sponsoring remembrance wreaths through Wreaths Across America to be placed on the grave sites of veterans resting at the San Marcos City Cemetery. And whereas the San Marcos community will recognize our veterans with a Veterans Day parade to show our pride and respect for the veterans who have assured freedom for our nation for 249 years. And whereas the parade marshal for this year's celebration is Captain William Hostler of the United States Marine Corps. Captain Hostler flew in the A-6 Intruder in the Vietnam War. He received the Navy Achievement Medal with Combat Valor, a National Defense Service Medal, a Vietnam Service Medal with 1 star, a Vietnam Campaign Medal, and a Distinguished Flying Cross. And whereas on December 5th, 1970, over the Republic of Vietnam and Laos, his write-up for the Distinguished Flying Cross stated, "The superior airmanship and professionalism demonstrated by First Lieutenant Hostler in utilizing full and partial systems to aggressively complete attacks on enemy trucks while facing intense, accurate enemy fire, ultimately destroying 6 trucks with the associated 10 explosions, is in the finest traditions of naval aviation and the United States Marine Corps." And whereas Captain William Hostler is therefore highly recommended for the honor of Distinguished Flying Cross, the Distinguished Flying Cross is awarded to an officer or enlisted person of the Armed Forces of the United States for heroism or extraordinary achievement while participating in aerial flight. Now therefore, I, Jane Houston, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of San Marcos, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of November 2025 as Veterans Month, and do hereby call upon all of the people in San Marcos to honor our soldiers, past and present, by flying the flag of our nation and participating in the Veterans Day Parade on November 8th and the Veterans Month of Service celebration throughout November of 2025. To the staff, thank you for bringing this always. And my goodness, what a record of service. Thank you.
Lisa Morris, Recreation Programs Manager. Yes, Veterans Day Parade this Saturday. Road closures start at 7:30, so kind of get out in town and get where you're going and then hunker down for the parade. We've got our largest number of entries this year. We're over 70 entries. So it's going to be a great parade. But really the importance is honoring our veterans, their service, their sacrifice, and those of their family members. I had the opportunity to meet, as I get to call him, Butch, last week, and you know he's very humble gentleman with his service, and he said, you know, I'm not a hero. You know, the people who we left behind. Those are the heroes. And but we also want to celebrate you and all the other veterans who came home. You know, you served our country. We thank you for that. And so we want to celebrate everyone on Saturday with the grand parade. Come on out. It's a hometown parade. Enjoy your hometown. This is what it's all about, celebrating our veterans. Thank you. Where does the parade start? Parade will begin at the corner of C.M. Allen and Hopkins Street. It'll head on down around the square. All of Hopkins Street will be closed from Charles Austin through downtown. We'll have some pre-parade entertainment beginning at 9. All the school groups, all the different veterans. It's going to be a great day. Thank you. What time does it start? 10 a.m. Thank you, Mayor. All right. Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, thank you very much. And like I said, it's not about me. It's about all the people who served in Vietnam. It's all the veterans who came back. Some of them were disabled either mentally or with their body, and the ones who sacrificed their life. So that's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
A proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska and is now observed throughout the nation and around the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heat and cooling cost, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas San Marcos holds trees in such high regard that we commit 1 full month rather than the traditional 1 day of celebration. Now therefore, I, Jane Hewson, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of San Marcos, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as Arbor Month in San Marcos, and do hereby call upon all persons of San Marcos to beautify our city and help the local environment by planting a tree on their property or by participating in a community tree planting event. Thank you for bringing this to us and reminding us how good trees are for us.
My name is Kelly Eby, urban forester, and I really appreciate the opportunity for celebrating Arbor Month. State celebrates it on the first Friday of November, and so we've already kicked it off to a great start. We gave away 1,250 trees in the last 2 weeks. And we are continuing that progress, supporting our local schools with tree plantings, doing public tree care events in our community parks and public facilities. So we just look forward to continuing all those activities. Let's see. And I appreciate all of the trees and the growth in San Marcos.
Thank you. Proclamation. Whereas nurse practitioners, NPs, have served a critical role as trusted healthcare providers for decades, and whereas NPs work to expand healthcare access in communities across our state, promote health equity and care, and improve health outcomes for all. And whereas patients depend on the more than 431,000 licensed NPs in the United States to diagnose, manage, and treat their chronic and acute healthcare conditions. And whereas NPs provide high-quality primary, acute, and specialty healthcare services while emphasizing health promotion, disease prevention, health education and counseling, partnering with patients to improve their health, and whereas the confidence that patients have in NP-delivered healthcare is evidenced by the more than 1 billion visits made annually to NPs across the country, and whereas more than 5 decades of research demonstrates the high quality of care provided by NPs, and whereas better utilization of NPs through modernized state laws and improved policies creates better care through a more accessible, efficient, cost-effective, and higher quality healthcare system. And whereas more than half the nation, including 27 states, the District of Columbia, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands, have adopted full practice authority legislation offering patients full and direct access to the outstanding care provided by NPs. And whereas leading governmental and policy entities, including the National Academy of Medicine, National Council of State Boards of Nursing, National Governors Association, and the Federal Trade Commission have taken notice of the benefits of providing patients full and direct access to NP-delivered care. And whereas NPs serve as the provider of choice for many and play a pivotal role in the health and welfare of our communities, and is proud to recognize and honor the service of NPs to our state. Now, therefore, I, Jane Houston, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of San Marcos, Texas, do hereby proclaim the week of November 9th through the 15th of 2025 as National Nurse Practitioner Week, and do hereby call upon all residents of San Marcos to recognize the countless contributions NPs have made over the past half century and will continue to make on behalf of the health and well-being of people in our state. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We are both very honored to be here. We're both nurse practitioners. We're part of a group called Hill Country Nurse Practitioners who serve this entire area, Central Texas, basically from San Antonio to Austin, westwards as far as Fredericksburg. So this is home to us, and we're so happy to be part of the community, and very honored to be recognized by you all again. I was going through pictures of previous proclamations, and I have one going back to 2012. So you all have been so kind to us for all these years, and we're grateful to be part of the community and to be of service to everyone that lives in our area.
And we thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
I like the new costumes.
Well, thank you.
Okay, a proclamation. Whereas the Hays County Food Bank represents a county-wide effort to provide nutritious food to food insecure individuals and families throughout Hays County, made possible by the generous contribution of individuals, civic organizations, local government, and businesses. And whereas food insecurity continues to affect many San Marcos households, where families often struggle to access enough food to meet their basic needs, especially during the holiday season. And whereas the Hays County Food Bank's Turkeys Tackling Hunger campaign now in its 19th year, unites the San Marcos community each November to ensure that local families can share in the joy of the holidays with a traditional meal, complete with a turkey and all the trimmings. And whereas in 2025, the Hays County Food Bank and its community partners aim to provide holiday meal kits to more than 1,500 households, giving our neighbors the ingredients needed for a full home-cooked holiday meal. And whereas the Turkeys Tackling Hunger campaign reflects the generosity and compassion of San Marcos residents who continue to step forward to fight hunger, promote dignity, and nourish hope across our community. Now, therefore, I, Jane Hewson, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of San Marcos, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of November 2025 as Turkeys Tackling Hunger Month, and do hereby call upon all persons of San Marcos to support families and individuals in need with food to prepare a traditional holiday meal at home. Thank you for what you do. I didn't realize it had been 19 years since I threw out Turkeys Tackling Hunger and everybody laughed. But it stuck.
Jokes on them.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just happy I didn't have to wear the turkey costume this year because it was a little different than this one. Anyway, thank you for what you do, for what you're continuing to do, especially right now.
Thank you so much. Thanksgiving food is my favorite food. It's always just my pleasure to be able to bring that into everyone's oven that we can. This has been a particularly difficult year, and everyone knows that what we're facing. I would like to take this time to say we have met with our partners, with some financial partners. We are adding right at 400 extra shopping spots for the San Marcos market for November and 500 for December. So we're increasing our capacity to serve people. We can't make up for SNAP. For every one meal we provide, SNAP provides 9, and that's nationwide. So that's a 90% budget shortfall that we need back in people's homes and in our economy, frankly, because that money just keeps circling around. So we are very anxious about that situation. Hate that it's hitting at the same time as Thanksgiving when we really like to celebrate. But it's been great to sit here and listen to how the city celebrates things like the Arbor Day Arbor Month, and Veterans Day. And it really makes me pleased and very proud to be part of the fabric of the city. I also would love to invite everyone. We're going to be doing a Thanksgiving hot meal dinner on November 20th. It's an early bird. It's a month early. And I've already spotted 4 or 5 people in this room that I'll be asking to volunteer at that. We're expecting about 450 of our neighbors that will be brought by the different agencies. So we're expanding our efforts for Thanksgiving, and we're expanding our efforts in general to meet the crisis that we have now, and appreciate the community's input with that so much. I'm always glad, and Kelly thankfully was able to arrange it, that San Marcos is our first stop on our turkey tour, because you guys always step up for us.
Thank you.